Welcome back for Final Thoughts. Now, it's all over my Twitter feed. Tommy, are you still supporting Marco Rubio? But he's losing. Your answer? Hell yes, I'm still supporting Marco Rubio, and here's why. Take a look at this map. I want to show you something called the blue wall. Stubborn conservatives ignore it like Queen Hillary avoids calls from Benghazi. So what is this mystical blue wall? Well, we should know we created it. The electoral map favors the Democrats. A candidate needs 270 electoral votes to make the presidency. Oh, here's the bad news. States that have voted blue in every election since '92 account for 242 votes by themselves. So while the Republicans are nickel and diming for every last swing state we can muster, the Dems need to only hold those states and add Florida or Ohio and Virginia or two smaller states like Iowa or Nevada. Then guess what happens? They win the White House again. The blue wall doesn't guarantee the Dems will always win, but it sure gives them more ways of doing it while we're over here trying to pinch votes out of every swing state we can. So how does this relate to my Marco Rubio pick? He is the only GOP candidate that can turn blue states purple or red. You're right, he hasn't done great in the primaries. I'll give you that. Trump is still feeding off the anger wound, and Ted Cruz has more delegates than Rubio by quite a bit. But here's the kicker. The stubborn conservatives love to forget. The primaries are not the general. The general is a whole different animal. It's like your Little League team winning the Little League World Series and trying to take on the big boys in Omaha. Stubborn conservatives make the mistake of living too deep within their own minds. The nation should be conservative. The nation should vote based on the Constitution and Christianity and traditional marriage and a balanced budget. Key word there, should. If Americans did what they should, we wouldn't have King Obama soiling the carpet in the Oval Office for 8 years. Marco Rubio is the only candidate that can take back the White House. But don't take my word for it. Ask one of the 3 M's: millennials, minorities, moderates. Ask them if they would vote for Ted Cruz, then ask them if they vote for Marco Rubio. I've done it. I've been doing it consistently for the last 2 years. I ask Cali liberals, I ask gays, I ask Hispanics, I ask Uber drivers and dry cleaners and the folks next to me on airplanes. I like to talk, but I also like to listen. Rubio is not a McCain or Romney. He's not rich, he's not old, he's not baking powder white. He doesn't sound like a Baptist preacher. He can win. He can flip voters. We are shooting ourselves in the foot by clinging onto our stubbornness and ignoring the big blue wall. I'm not an establishment puppet. I just don't want to see a President Hillary. The stakes have never been higher. Those are my final thoughts. Thanks for listening. Have a great weekend. I'll see you right back here next week. God bless and take care.